Okay, good evening, everyone. And ICSI is back with our Jal Sarakshan water conservation series that we have started long back. And in making education relevant, our umbrella webinar series, we have our 1054th webinar today. And this is Saturday evening, 17th July. And we have our eminent guest with us. We have the guest to speak on the topic, no more black water, wastewater treatment, a need of hour. We have Dr. Uday Romanji. He's a Chief Civil and Regional Head, Central India, WAPCOS Limited, private sector undertaking under Ministry of Jal Shakti. And to talk with him, we have our eminent Chief Advisor for Water Management, ICSI, Shri Anil MANOCHA ji. Before I hand over the platform to our Chief Advisor, sir, I would like to show a few slides related to ICSI and what all webinars do we have at the end of the day today, before the end of the day today. So let's begin. ICSI is a chamber which is completely dedicated for service industry, and we are a link between 31 million overseas Indians. And with all your cooperation and your support, we have completed on 21st of July our 1000 webinar in this pandemic period, COVID-19. And we wish to take it further, more and more 1000 webinars with all your support across the globe, not just in India, but across the globe, because we believe that Vasudha Kutumbakam. So the world is one global family. ICSI request, let us save water and every drop of water. And basically this particular cause that we are talking about, it is incomplete with the participation of education ecosystem, which is combined with parents, teachers, students, youth. So education is relevant only when it brings awareness in the sense of responsibility in us for social issues and well-being. And also, it is very important to teach and to make students learn that why is water saving important. And that's why we strongly recommend that water saving and conservation to be the integral part of education at all levels. And we believe in holistic education. Education that is not just to pass the exam, but education that makes us to learn how to live, that makes us learn life management skills. So education to be holistic and is the confluence of not just education, but skills, entrepreneurship, MSME, and empowerment. Together, we can bring that to make Atmanirbhar Bharat. And we have dedicated our 2021 year for teachers and youth empowerment. And service industry can play a very important role in contributing towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. And that is not only possible with the industry. Industry is one part, but that is possible with the help of education also, because education is also an important component of service. And when we talk about education, we want to combine all the different aspects of education, whether it is skills, competencies, capabilities, research and innovation, technology, entrepreneurship, where MSME plays a very important part, and above all, health, wellness, and water management. That is very, very important. That to be learned by today's youth and can contribute for India's development. And we are proud to say that ICSI has established India's first finishing school network for soft skills, life skills, and inspirational lab. And it has started in 1994, and all efforts of Dr. Gulshan Sharma ji. So hats off to him. This is our planner for entire week. With all your efforts, with all your suggestions, with all your love, we time to time bring many varieties of program for you throughout the week from Monday to Sunday. specially dedicated Saturdays and Sundays, the weekend, for back-to-back programs that are very informative and educated for all of you. So after this program, now we are going with water management program, and after that we have a webinar at 7 p.m. on Ayurveda for Global Wellness. Today is the 62 episode of this, and the topic today is healthy diet, which is part 2. We have also covered a few things in it last week also, and today is the part 2 of this. Do join us at 7 p.m. and you all know that where you have to join. You have to join on YouTube GS Motivator channel. And afterward at 8 p.m. we'll take you to Northeast, where a young star, a rising star from Northeast will come and tell that Northeast is truly, truly incredible, and do come and visit that. And he would also like to discuss about the youth and the youth issues that are there, with particularly in Northeast India. So do join at 8 p.m. And with this, we would like to say that B2B is no more back to basic. This is the entire compilation that you are seeing in form of a diagram that we have taken during the COVID-19 pandemic period. And we have come to this conclusion that B2B is no more business to business. It is now back to basic. And when we talk about back to basic, we have to combine with our nature. We have to be healthy, happy. We have to take into consideration the herbal treatments, holistic healing, and we have to take organic food, organic farming. And also during pandemic, if we cannot meet physically, we can at least meet in a digital mode, and even we go for digital e-learning. So always remember, from now, when you say B2B, you always should say back to basics. This is the key term. So whatsoever human mind can conceive and believe can achieve. And let's come together for making education relevant. And do write your valuable suggestions on gsmotivator@icsi.asia, so that we can keep on improving our programs. We can keep on addition. We can keep on deleting what is not required, what is required, and just empower this entire education system with the efforts of human interventions, human involvement, and moreover, the empathetic approach that you all are giving towards this particular program, towards this particular Making Education Relevant series. So with this, I once again welcome my guest speakers for today, and I'm just stopping my screen share. So I welcome once again Dr. Uday Romanji and Sri Anil MANOCHA sir, and I request Anil MANOCHA sir to please take on from here.
Good day, everyone. Welcome back, I should say, to our 41st series on water management. Today we are conducting 41st webinar covering a very important topic. And if we refresh ourselves in all the 40th webinars which have been held so far, we have talked about various subjects, and all our audiences will agree that what we learned was that the water bank lies at two places. One is glaciers and scientific aquifers. Glaciers is top of the mountains and aquifers bottom of the earth. So these are the two water banks, and if we can use them properly, probably we will never face an issue of water. We have also learned so far is that probably we do not have water availability as an issue. We have water management as an issue. And most of the learned participants, most of the learned speakers, most of the people who have got connected with us will endorse this view that yes, we need to manage water better to overcome the water shortage issues. We also learned that though the conventional water sources like rainwater, etc., are there, but there are new emerging sources, and new emerging sources are related to sources where we can reuse the water and recycle the water. And there are live examples across the globe where water recycling could be a infinite process. You can recycle 7 times, 10 times. And we should also learn, and we have also learned that we use the water, we don't consume the water. Water gets converted from one form to another form, and we can reformat that form to make it suitable for our use. India being an agriculture sector, we also learned that maximum surface water is utilized for agriculture sector, and unfortunately our agriculture sector is inefficient. We consume roughly 50% more water per uh, yield per, I should say, tonnage or whatever it may be you call it. And there are live examples, the countries where the water required per acres and water required per ton of a particular crop are at least 50% lower than us. So this brings a very clear opportunity for us that if we start conserving, we start looking at agri sector, we can save a lot of water. And we cannot say that it holds good only for agri, it also holds good for industrial sector as well and domestic sector as well. Industrial sectors in the water uses is less as compared to agriculture sector. We, in every webinars, we force our participants to give focus impetus on conserving water. We also have learned that the changing rainfall patterns have resulted into 65% of rain water which falls on Indian soil go to waste, and which results into the issues of man-made droughts and man-made floods. These are the problems which are man-made created. So we learned about that. We also learned about how important is wetlands, how important is ponds, how important is lakes. We also learned about how we can recycle the water, reuse the water. And in that series, we took examples from various countries. We talked about the subjects of water contamination, water sources, water conservation. We also talked about how various countries have addressed the water issues. We came out with a classic example of Singapore water story. We came out the learnings of what happened in South Africa when you had a zero water in Cape Town. We learned the examples from Israel. Also, we learned what is happening in Mekong River Delta because of fiddling with the water flows by upstream countries. We also talked on water education, and we learned that water is a recession proof carrier. Anybody who is interested in a carrier, who is becoming, looking at various carrier options, water is a recession proof carrier, and man has still not found a substitute to water. You could have a substitute to various technologies, we are seeing that happening, but we do not have a substitute to water. We also touched upon the subject of water demand, and uh, what I want to say here to my participants is all these things are captured in webinar series here, dates here, topics here. I will not like to get in details, but I will give you a link after 2 slides where anybody can click to those links and read and revisit the past webinars. We had more than 40 speakers connected with us worldwide from various locations, and they came and spoke on various topics. And maximum contribution definitely came from India, where we had professors, water warriors, people who have demonstrated actual achievements on the ground, in overcoming the water related issues. Plenty of examples, and India has plenty of examples in that regard. So all these people got connected with us. We have talked about subjects like how we can save, how can reduce the single-use plastic bottles, what are the alternative technologies so that we don't have to use the plastic bottles, mineral water bottles and all. How can we select the home purifiers? What type of technologies are there in home water conservation, and so on. And all these things got captured in the web link, which is provided here on the top. Anybody can visit. And if we take it forward, and probably today we will be talking another subject where we are going to talk about black water. If you know, black water is a water which is generated from our homes, and I will leave the explanation to Dr. Uday Raman, who is well versed in this particular field. Dr. Uday is a gentleman who is working for a very reputed Indian organization called WebCos, which is doing extremely good work in the field of water, food, energy, and providing various support to India and also some 55 odd countries. Dr. Raman holds a PhD degree in water resource management with about 38 years of experience. Probably he will be able, he's a, I should say, author or authority to talk on various subjects related to water. And he's heading a lot of good programs being taken up by the current government. And he has made a lot of documentaries, issues, work towards creating awareness. So without coming further, I will request Dr. Raman to take the floor and give his deliberations. Over to you, Dr. Raman. Thank you. Please unmute, sir. Yes, sir. No.
Thank you, Mr. Manager.
Yes,
thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk upon the topic, which is most relevant in these days, because water management, as it is your issue, it is my issue, it is India's issue, and it is whole world's issue. So water management, because it's available water and what is available, and we are utilizing that water properly or not, it depends upon that. Because whatever wealth is given to you, whatever money is given to you, if you are not properly utilizing that money, it will go waste. You cannot increase that money. Same is with water. You cannot increase water, but you can utilize it. You can recycle it, recycle the water. You can reuse the water. You can put it to different uses and again reuse it. So that is more important. So my today's topic, no more black water, is not a subject of a film story or something like that. It's a purely technical topic, but I have gone through some of the Amrit projects, Amrit mission projects, and other projects, Jal Jeevan mission and all. I'm dealing with that. So out of that, what experience I gained, I just want to share with you that this is very important, that black water should be converted into fresh water, so that that water management issue can be resolved to some extent. Not to the full extent, but some extent we can resolve. We can give contribution to the world by our activities. So I'm going through my presentations. Sorry for interruption. Now, no more black water means definitely I'm referring to the water which is a wastewater. Okay, so yes. What
is my presentation
is my presentation visible?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll continue. So, as you know that it was the Gandhiji's dream that sanitation is more important than independence. So we are independent, but we are not independent from the sanitation process. We are not independent from the SBM process. Swachh Bharat mission process is going on because of that. Because we want to clean our water bodies, we want to clean our surroundings. So one of the topic in that is the wastewater, which is most important topic. So wastewater treatment is the need of the hour, on which I want to emphasize. Now, as you all know, I need not to discuss that it's an essential part of our life, and it is very much required for socio-economic development. It is required for health and environment. It's required for power generation and many more things, irrigation, as you told, MANOCHA sir told, that for many purposes, water is required, and it's a tonic for our body. So it is essentiality of water is declared everywhere, because we know that the 70% of the Earth's water is, it is covered by, Earth is covered by water, but only 2.7% of the water is available as a fresh water. So this 2.7%, out of that also only 3% is available water which is in rivers, lakes and reservoirs. That is known to everybody. But I want to emphasize on that whatever share of water is given to India, suppose our population share is 18%, but our water share is only 4%. So my emphasis in that, we have so many rivers, we have so many reservoirs, we have oceans surrounding the India. So wealth of water is there, but that water is to be managed, is to be utilized properly. For that, all we are together to do that management. So my emphasis is on that surface water available with India, Indian subcontinent, is only 690 BCM. This much water is available with us. from this 690 BCM, how much water is we are utilizing, and how much water is available in rivers and rivulets or reservoirs, that should not be polluted. At least that much water we should save with us, so that that should not go waste again. There are water stress area. They are increasing day by day. You know that the water stress areas are increasing. Now we are 54%. It may increase up to 60% in future also, because there is that clear water or potable water is less. Then it will go more to 60 to 65%. Now, if we come to water demand of per capita demand of water and average Indian city, what we see that we require every day, one person requires 200 liters of water per head. If we count 50 liters for industry, 20 liters for commercial use, we require 10 liters for civic use, public use, or some miscellaneous water if we require. So near about 335 liters of per capita water we require nearly. Now, out of that 200 liters domestic use water, we throw 160 liters of water per capita per day as a waste. It's a waste water, because whatever we drink, whatever we take into our body, it goes through sewage, or it goes through urine, it goes through washing area, it goes through surroundings, and it comes to as a wastewater. Annually, 58,400 liters of water per capita is wasted. So we can say 80.60 billion cubic meter of black water is generated annually, which is about 12% of the available surface water. It is approximately 12% water we are wasting. Now, out of the 690 BCM available. Now, I am telling that this 12% is a very small figure, if you can say. But what is that 12%? 12% is polluting our 690 BCM water, because this 12% water is going every day to our rivers. It is going every day to our reservoirs. It is going to every day to our drains, and it's polluting the fresh water. Every year we are getting some amount of fresh water through this rains from clouds. But that fresh water is, when come in contact with the sewage water or industrial wastewater, then it become polluted. So that fresh water is no more fresh, but it becomes a black water. So that's why I'm telling that threat is that this 12% water will pollute the available fresh water. Therefore, this black water is to be treated. Now, situation is really alarming, because this black water is polluting not only our fresh water, it is polluting our oceans also. It is polluting our groundwaters also, because contamination is not only at Earth. The percolated water through sewage, if networks are not there, if it is flowing through drains, then it is percolating inside the groundwater. Then it is polluting through infiltration. It is polluting the groundwater also. It is going to ocean directly. So it is polluting our fish culture, and it is polluting our oceans also. So that's why it is very much required that whatever water is coming through our houses, at least, I'm not talking about industries here. So whatever water is coming through houses, that water should at least be treated, so that it cannot mix it up with the river water, or with the reservoir water, or with the ocean water, and so that our other water which is available with us should be clear water or clean water. Now, as Sir MANOCHA sir also told that what is clean water, what is gray water, what is black water, I've seen in the slide also. So I just wanted to explain the viewer that you know what is potable water. It is a drinkable water. It is according to parameter. pH value should be between 7 to 7.5, and that is a drinkable water we can take. But if it is mixed with the bath water, or it is a kitchen water, or it is a wash area water, then it becomes a gray water. So we call it a gray water because it's not a drinkable water. It is mixed with some sediments. It is mixed with some pollutants. We cannot say it is a pathogen, but some pollutants are there. Some chemicals, maybe soap and all, it is mixed with that. So we can say that it's a gray water, which is coming out of the wash area, coming out from the sinks, washing machines, or kitchen, or somewhere. Now, coming to the black water, what is black water? Black water is nothing but the water coming directly from the sewage area. Means water closets, whatever water is coming, it is a human excreta mixed water is called the black water because it contains pathogen. So definition of black water is the water that contains pathogen is a black water. Water that does not contain pathogens but light chemicals, it is a gray water. But mixing in India, we mix both the waters. We mix the black water also, we mix the gray water also. Together, it called the wastewater. So all this wastewater, black water and gray water, pollutes our rivers. So we have to take notice of that. We have to work on that to clear that wastewater. Now, as you know that water which is coming to our earth is we can say it is the distilled water. It is coming to our earth is a distilled water through clouds. It is through water cycle, but it is going through ocean and is coming through clouds, and it's a distilled water. Now, same water is coming to the earth through rivers and rivulets. Then what happens? This water then becomes a river, small river. So a small rivulets, they meet together and they become a big river. And we create some dam, and on that dam we can create a reservoir. Okay. So purpose of creating a reservoir is what? We are creating a reservoir because we want it for the storage, we want it for the drinking purpose. Storage, we want it for agriculture purpose. This storage, we want for the industrial purpose. For so many other uses, power generation, so many other uses are required. And this is fresh water, what we have stored. Like what happens? This fresh water, which is flowing in the rivers and rivulets and streams and river and stored in the reservoirs, is mixed with the, you can say, sewage water from the houses. You can see this is coming through houses, and this is sewage water is directly mixing to the river. So if this sewage water is mixed with this, whatever fresh water is available, so it will be polluted. We can say that some industries are there that also will be mixed from warehouses. If rotten grains are there, from there it may pollute the river water or the reservoir water. From commercial complexes, water will be discharged here. So there are no outlets available where we can discharge directly the wastewater, whether it may be a black water, whether it may be a gray water. We cannot discharge into our own rivers. Rivers from where we are drinking water. Rivers from where we are taking water for our farms. Rivers from where our life is dependent. So that water we ourselves are polluting that water. So that is a very alarming situation, because this sewage water, this industrial water, this commercial complex water, they are polluting our fresh water. Now, coming to the government policy, what Government of India policy says, Government of India tried many times to create some projects in which septage management could be done or sewage network can be laid. But no schemes were that much successful like Amrit Mission, in which India covered 500 cities for this water supply and sewerage projects. Not all 500 cities were covered through water supply or sewerage project. Some of the cities definitely covered with the water supply network. It's an underground water supply that sewerage network which is covered in some of the cities. In Madhya Pradesh, only 24 cities we have covered with the sewerage network. We have given a dedicated STP sewage treatment plant for that, so that every household can be connected to a dedicated sewerage network, which will take that water, that black water, to one centralized place called the STP, that is sewage treatment plant. So this was the mission launched in 2015 and successfully being implemented. Because I am dealing in Madhya Pradesh, so I can say it was successfully implemented in Madhya Pradesh and other cities of the India also. Now, in addition to this Amrit Mission and whatever is left, we could not cover. The Government of India has launched Jal Jeevan Mission also, and this Jal Jeevan Mission would cover near about 2.64 crore sewerage connections. And that is a very good news for us, because every household, 2.64 crore household will be connected with this. If you can multiply this by 5, you can say how much population you can cover. So this much water, wastewater we are going to treat this much wastewater through Jal Jeevan Mission project. And this is a very huge project, very huge targets are given to us. and because we have to complete this project within 4 years, so we are focusing how to do it, because we have learned so many things from the Amrit mission, in which we have generated so many, we have created so many good projects in Bhopal, in Indore, in Ratlam, Neemaj, near about 24 cities. We have created some sewerage network or sewerage project, and we have learned so many things, so that Jal Jeevan mission, what we will do, we will cover all the 500 Amrit cities by sewerage network and STPs, and some of other cities by septic management, so that no wastewater should be seen in the rivers, or no wastewater should be seen in the open drains. So that is a very good thing which Government of India has done for us. And being a consultant or being a technology provider, I am committed to it, because I am a social worker also. I am doing that Swachh Bharat mission through our volunteers of Bapcos Limited. We have adopted Shahpura Lake, which was polluted by, which is nothing but oxidation pond where sewage was previously dumped. Now we have constructed a STP there, and now all around the Shahpura Lake, all around the upper lake of Bhopal, you might be known that Bhopal is city of lakes. So all the lakes, we want to make them clean. So we have taken Shahpura Lake for this purpose, where on Sundays and Saturdays and holidays, our volunteers go and clean their banks. And whatever technically government is providing, we are creating STPs so that no sewage water will flow inside the Shahpura Lake, so that another water body can be created. So I am just focusing upon that we cannot generate water, but we cannot generate water, or we cannot create water. But what we can do, whatever water is available, at least we can save that water, and we can save that water. So if safe water is there, we cannot drink that water, but we can use that water for many purposes. So it is very much required that wastewater, wherever it is flowing, first tap that water. It should not flow directly inside the river. First, you have to treat that water, and after that, after treatment, you can leave that water to the rivers, so that our water availability will be as it is, and our pure water will be there. At least not for drinking, but if you go for tertiary treatment, definitely we can go for drinking. But at least we can use that water for the gardens. We can use for the other purposes, farming and fisheries and all we can use. So these are the good policy, Government of India policy for 5 years, Jal Jeevan Mission. We are associated with that also, and we are working on that. Now this 2.64 crore house sewer connection, it's really a big goal. We have to achieve this in 4 years span. So we are working on that. We have committed that every drop of treated water should be reused also. It's not only that we should treat that water and just leave the water inside the river. Leaving water inside the river or inside the drain what will be done is that water availability in the river will be increased definitely, but we have to use that water also again. We have to use that water for our purposes, industrial purposes. We have to use for our factories. We have to use it for our gardens, for arboriculture. So many other things we can we can use that water. Therefore, we have to utilize that water, whatever water we are treating. Now, a typical sewerage project, if I come to that, how to treat that water. So if your students are there, if suppose other social workers are there, for them, I am just briefing what is a sewerage project, how we can treat this water. Means water is coming in MLD. Suppose I am getting 10 MLD of water every day from a city, or 50 MLD of water every day from a city. I told you that whatever water is being supplied to a house, 80% of that water is coming out of that house as a wastewater. So we should not allow the wastewater to go into drains directly, open drains directly. It will not only pollute the environment, it is harmful for our body also, because pathogens are there, and it will mix with the air, it will mix with the water, and it will be waterborne disease will increase. That's why nowadays we have committed that no wastewater should flow in the river or in the freshwater bodies. So what is that? How to prepare a typical sewerage project? How to clean that water? So first we have to prepare a detailed project report for that. We have to select a city for which we are preparing that water treatment plant or wastewater treatment we want to do. So first we have to properly survey. We have to investigate properly what are the slopes of the city, what are the terrain of the city, topography of the city, and what are the soil conditions of the city. Based on that, we have to plan a sewerage network of the city. And we have to plan where we should situate a decentralized centralized sewage treatment plant, where we should place a pumping station, where we should place the manholes. For that purpose, we require a proper project on which we can work. So it's very important that in the start of the mission or in the start of the project, we should do the survey investigation properly so that a project report can be prepared on which we can work. So we have to select a suitable agency also, because only preparing a good DPR is not enough. We have to select a suitable agency, an experienced agency who can execute the project. We have done so many projects in Amrit Mission or previously also. In Gujarat, lot many works have been done. So there are very good contractors available. So we have to select a good agency which have experience of sewage treatment plant, experience of SBR technology, experience of latest technology. That contractors we have to select first through our experiences. Now, what happens when suppose that we have selected a contractor, but we have to guide also, because we are experts. We are technology provider, we are academicians. So then we have to support contractors also, because contractor may execute the work, but you are the person who can check the designs. So whatever design and drawings they are preparing, you have to help them. They are team members, a contractor, a consultant, and a owner, means that a municipal corporation. It is a team. It's not that they are our bosses and he's working on the ground. So he's providing only services. It's not like that. It's a team. If you work in a team, your project will be completed within the time limit it is given, because drawing design will be approved according to the topographical investigation, according to the soil investigation, according to the scenario of the city, according to the water bodies available in the cities, according to the drains available in the city, according to the valleys available in the city. So looking to that, we have to sit together, all team members, consultant, that owner, means urban local body, and the contractors have to sit together and prepare a very good project for a city. Suppose it's a seahore city, then you have to think about the whole topography of the seahore city, whole geography of the seahore city, and then you have to work on that. The design and drawing is very important thing in that. Then again, inspection of material at factory side. Once you have decided everything and you have ordered everything, but the material which is we are providing, it should be a proper quality material, because once it is laid, it is an underground sewerage system I am talking about. If it is an underground sewerage system, means you are laying it for the 50 years. So once you are laid, means laid. So that quality of water, quality of pipeline which you are laying, or quality of material which you are providing for in the base should be, it is very important, and it is the responsibility of the consultant, the XQC consultant, supervision and quality control consultant, that he should see the quality should be maintained at every level, not only the pipe which is coming to the site is good, but the concrete which is being done in the roadside, or whatever appliances are being provided at the STP side, electronic equipment are provided at the SCADA side, all should be checked properly. Otherwise, you will not get time to remove them from there, because it is laid, the pipes are buried in the ground below 6 meter depth, or below 6 to 7 meter depth. You cannot again lay that pipe. Once jointing of the pipe is very important, laying of the pipe is very important, slope of the pipe is very important. These are the small issues that a SQC consultant should see. That design preparation, DPR preparation is a one side, one act which we can do by sitting at the table. But when we go outside, we have to see each and everything which is written on the drawing. It is being carved at the ground. That is very much important, and that a technical person or technical engineer or engineer in charge at the site can do very properly, and that is most important thing in sewerage project. Otherwise, it will fail. Then supervision and quality control, as I told, the quality is to be maintained. So supervision and quality control, it is not only quality control, but it is a time control also, because we have to implement the project in limited time period, and limited time period is required. Technically, we require a time for concreting. Technically, we require a time to generate the wastewater into fresh water. Looking to that time period available, we have to prepare a project so that within the time limit, we can prepare the project. In my experience, a sewerage project of normal 1 lakh population takes around 3 years to be laid on the ground. Properly, if you want to run the sewerage project, we require at least 3 years for a 10 MLD plant, or you can say for a 12 MLD plant, or a population of 1 lakh, you can say. So that is required. For a bigger city like Bhopal and Indore and Ahmedabad like city, you may require 5 years also. So that time period should be given to you, and then only the sewerage project can be implemented. Now, there are some major issues cropped up during the implementation of the projects. New colonies are developed, new challenges are there, contamination may be there, joints are not done properly, contractor is not good. So sometimes drawing and design we have approved, but sometimes we have to change the alignment because of social issues. So many issues are there that then it is the responsibility of the ULB, that concerned ULB, that they should resolve that issue in consultation with the technical consultant and the contractor, and we have to resolve that issue very quickly. Issues are also related with the departments. Maybe it is a forest department land, it may be a railway department land, like this. So what is the middleman or the consultant should intervene in that along with the higher officials and resolve that issue properly, so that there should not be any issue again. Now, major part is now finished. We have prepared the project, but if it is not operated or it is not maintained properly, there is no use of creating a project, because operation and maintenance is the main, you can say, main activity which is to be done in the sewerage project. Otherwise, it's an elephant which we are creating. It's a structure we are creating only, and wastewater is coming and going, and it is not maintained properly. Then there is no use of creating a sewage treatment plant, or no use of creating the sewerage project. So operation maintenance phase is very much important. Sometimes it is 5 years in case of water supply project, but in case of sewerage project in Amrit Mission, we have kept it 10 years of maintenance. It is given to contractor. After preparing this project, he has to maintain this project for 10 years. So it's a very good option we have kept, because that contractor will maintain the quality, because he has to maintain that project for 10 years. So that is very much required in any of the sewerage project. Now, just I told what are the things are there. Just quickly, I'll summarize that also. First, we have to say survey investigation. I told that we have to take out the maps of the city. We have to create the zones according to slope, because it may be a different type of slopes also. In one city, there may be 3 STPs required, because slopes are at different directions. So we have to create 3 STPs. So in typical map, I have created, I think, 3 zones. So according to these three zones, we have to create the sewage network also. We have to prepare the sewage network line, underground sewage lines. It may be at the depth of 2 meters. It may be at the depth of 6 meters. It may be sometimes at the depth of 11 meters, where population is not there. But more as per the CPHO manual, we should not go beyond the 6 meter depth, and we should provide a pumping station there. But normally in Amrit cities, we have not provided a pumping station. We have not allowed to provide a pumping station. Though in some of the cases like Bhopal, we have to provide, because topography is very much undulated. But in so far as so possible, we should provide a gravity-based sewer flow. That is very much successful. Never provide a sewage pumping station. Otherwise, it will fail, and whole sewage will go again to the fresh water. So it is better to provide a gravity-based sewage system and sewage network system, so that it will always be a long-lasting sewage project. So my suggestion is that pumping station should be avoided as far as possible. Intermediate pumping station should be avoided. Main pumping station is required because it is associated with the sewage treatment plant. And now we have to collect the basic information of the city. We have to collect what is the population of the city, because we are creating this project not only for the present population. We are creating this project for the population after 30 years also. It should serve the purpose. So we should know the population of the present population, what is the population today, and what will the population after 30 years. So we have to plan according to that. We have to decide the scope of work first. What, according to municipal corporation, it may happen that they might have created some infrastructure in the past. Some gaps might have to be filled. Some new projects are to be, some new colonies have been developed that are to be incorporated. Like this, we have to decide a clear scope of work so that we can work on that. Now, going to the project, going to the contract, we should know what is the cost of the project. We should not deviate from the cost of project. What is allocated, we have to work in that. What is in a particular case, we can say that 81 crore was allocated, but the contractor quoted is for 88 crore, but in revised BOQ, it became 93 crore. It should not happen. Not more than 10% should be allowed to increase, because funds are limited. We have to give funds to all cities. So as far as possible, purely engineers should do the work and see how we can curtail this cost. So that much amount should not be increased, and we should curtail that cost, and we should bring the work within that allocated cost, because it is based on the drawing and design. We have sanctioned that. And date of completion, we should adhere to the date of completion. If work is to be completed on 16 to 20, then it should be completed on 16 to 20. The consultants we are nominating for that purpose only, so that they can manage the things at the side, so that it can be completed within the time limit. We have to adhere to that time limit. But you can see that first extension, second extension, third extension we are giving, and we have not completed this project, and now again we have to give some extensions to such type of projects. So we have to keep our eyes on the progress of the projects also, and quality of the projects also. These are some of the components. I'll not go into detail of these components. We have to lay the main lines. We have to make the house lines also. We have to make the manholes also. House sewer connection is very important thing. If we do not do the house sewer connection in sewage project, our project will fail, because whole excreta or whole wastewater is coming from through the house is to be collected and bring it to the STP. Now, this is the one demonstration I have given, that what is we have planned. We have planned that near about 4 to 5 houses are connected to a house chamber. We are bringing this wastewater to a house chamber. You can see these house chambers are there, small house chambers are there. So we are bringing this wastewater to this small house chamber. From house chamber, we are collecting this water to a manhole. So it is on the main line, manholes are on main line. So we are taking this wastewater to a manhole. Now, if pumping station is required, in intermediate we can give. If topography is not allowing us, then we can create a pumping station, and then we can bring it to the main line. Again, this sewage water. And that sewage water is coming to that main pumping station. The wet, we can say it is a wet well. So it is coming to the total sewage. Suppose it is a 10 MLD water is coming to coming from a city. That 10 MLD water we are bringing to a wet well, and it is brought to the STP, sewage treatment plant. Now, this is the primary unit of the sewage treatment plant, where we can remove the grids, and we can remove the debris, floating debris, and after that we can take it to the main SBR, that is sequential batch reactor. We can take this water to sequential batch reactor. There are so many processes in sequential batch reactor. We have to give aeration, we have to give settling time, we have to decant the water, and after that pure water, or whatever the water which is coming to STP, it may be 180 BOD water, or it may be 250 BOD water. That water we have to treat in this SBR, and then we have to leave this through decanter. We'll take it out this water, but this water, though it is a 10 BOD water, pathogens are not removed, or bacteria are not removed. So what we do, we disinfect that through chlorine, or we disinfect that through ultraviolet rays, and after that we can leave this water to rivers or nearby drains. So the same thing is on the slide I have shown you. So I'll not waste time on that. These are some of the photographs where I was working with an Amrit mission. you can see that the huge excavation is there, and we have to take care. Safety is very much important. Then technologies of excavation is very much important. At the time of filling, we have to take very much care of the man and material also, because I told you that is a 6 to 7 meter or 8 meter depth is there. So that time excavation process, excavation technique, you should know. Proper scaffolding, proper safety arrangement should be there. At the time of laying of pipe, pipe should not be broken. That and at the lower level, benching should be properly. And that way we have to do the work. And we have to create so many of manholes, but at manholes the land become very weak. So that their proper care should be taken. Wherever we are excavating the sewage line, it is a 6 meter deep excavated material we are filling. So proper density is to be taken. Proper care should be taken. Proper compaction should be there, so that we can prepare same surface which was earlier. So the proper road restoration is very much required. Whatever roads we are excavating, it should be restored properly. Now, quality of road which we have restored is, you can see at STP, we have prepared a new road, but wherever streets are there, wherever markets are there, they are being excavated, and we have make it as it is the road, because road restoration part is provided. In some of the project, in earlier days, road restoration part was not there, but 30% part of the sewer project goes to the road restoration, because it is very much important. Otherwise, accidents will be there. We cannot move. The people cannot move on the roads, and it will be dangerous for people also. So all the work should be properly restored after laying the sewage line. At the time of construction, we have to take care where we are preparing the pumping station. We are preparing STPs. The quality of iron, quality of cement, quality of grids, quality of aggregates, everything we have to check, and the proper timing is to be given, so that whatever construction is being done, it is being done for the 30 years or 50 years. So proper care should be taken. It is very much important. Now, after that, we create a STP, we create a structure, but it is not only enough, because it's a only structure. We have to commission that structure. We have to bring the sewage water to the STP. We have to clear that water from this machine which we have created, the civil machine which we have created. We have to churn that water. We have to clean that water. So for that purpose, what we have to do, we have to do many things in the. This is called, for the viewers, I can tell that this is a sewage treatment plant in which we are using a sequential batch reactor technology, from which we clear wastewater of 180 BOD to 250 BOD water. We are cleaning, and we are converting that 180 BOD water to 10 BOD water. So for that purpose, this machine or this infrastructure is created, and for that, these are the photographs or diffusers we are implanting in the SBR basin. This is the commissioning stage. We are commissioning the project, and aeration stage. This is where we are providing air, so that after that settling will be there. After settling, decantation will be there. After decantation, we will take the clean water to the ultraviolet rays or chlorination, and after that the fresh water will be relieved. Now, proper supervision is required from the higher authorities also, from the engineers also, for lower-most engineers also, and from contractor supervisor also. Everybody should be a part of the project. Otherwise, the technique which is provided, if fault is there, then it will not be eradicated, or it will not be completed properly. So some of the projects dedicated to nation, it's a Shirin Nala project, which was polluting the river, which was polluting the upper lake of the Bhopal. That was Honorable Shivraj Singh Chauhan sir inaugurated that STP. There are so many STP, near about 12 STP we have inaugurated in Amrit Mission, and many more are in line, which where we are going to. Today also, we Honorable CM of Madhya Pradesh inaugurated Burhanpur sewerage project. You might see on YouTube also. That was also created by us, by urban local body of Burhanpur and Urban Development Department of Madhya Pradesh Directorate. And we were the WAPCOs for the consultant in that project. After treatment of that water, we have to check whether the water which we are treating is really good water, whether it is a 10 BOD, what is the TSS of that water, what is the TDS of that water, what is the content of residual chlorine is there, all parameters, laboratory parameters we have to check, not only by the laboratory person of the contractor, but by our engineer also. So our engineer should do every day analysis by themselves. Then only this project can be successful, because we have to guide contractor people also. Not only that, we have to learn, we have to teach them also. And it's as I have seen that in your program, you are teaching others. You are that learnings, whatever you gain, you are teaching others. It's a very good thing, and I am very much impressed in that. Lot many people are knowing the things, but they do not know how to implement at the ground. So if you some experienced person is there, or a project who are implementing the project at ground, then it will be very easy to understand the process. Because we have taken so many slides from the site itself, so people can understand what type of project is that, how to implement that. We cannot go in technicalities, but we can show what should be done there. We have to collect all parameters every day, and we have to write that parameters. We have to work on that. We have to do research on that, and we have to intimate the authorities that this much water is that quality of water is not coming. If something is there, we have to create a project monitoring information system. Mr. Sunny Prasad is with me also. He is just sitting beside me. Our resident engineer, Mr. Kandari, is also sitting with me, who has created so many projects. Mr. Avnish is also sitting with me, who has done so many designs and drawing. And they also know that it is very easy to create a project, but it is very difficult to run a project with the proper parameters, with proper quality. So creating is very easy, but running is difficult. So we have to maintain it for 10 years. We have to maintain these parameters which are seen on the board. That should be maintained for 30 years at least. We should maintain these parameters. Yeah, I think MANOCHA sir will agree with me. I'll just finish up it in 5 minutes. So just this STP is created. This is a Burhanpur STP, I suppose, which is just now inaugurated by Honorable Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh today only. And it is working well because we have commissioned it properly. And it is at the banks of the Tapti River. It is a 21 MLD STP at Tapti River in Burhanpur. Only two zones we have covered. One zone is still left, and which we are covering in Jal Jeevan Mission. You can see that how much black water was coming into the sewage treatment plant. It is a 250 MLD, 250 BOD black water is there. We have screened that water. We have taken that water to SBR. And now you can see that how much fresh water is coming. You can see this is a black water which was coming to the STP, and this is the clean water which is going beyond STP. You can see how much clean water is there. So this is what required. Our river required that. The river are thirsty for this fresh water. So because whatever water we are taking to home, that water should be returned to our nature. So that is our responsibility, and that is really I am very much happy that you given me a chance to throw a light upon that, so that people can understand why it is important to treat the sewage water, because it's a very much valuable water which is going to waste otherwise. So Jal Jeevan Mission and Amrit Mission are really very good scheme, and we are working for that. Thank you, MANOCHA ji. And thank you, Sharma Sahab, Gulshan Sharma Sahab, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, Chitra Madam. So over to Gulshan sir.
Thank you, Udayji, for giving us this presentation. To our participants, you will be a bit surprised to know that why we are spending too much time on sewage treatment. You must know, all my participants should know that in India, we have a typical problem that only 35% of the sewage is treated, and balance of sewage just goes to river without treatment. So that ultimately pollutes the river, and as Udayji rightly said, that maybe you are giving less water to the river, but you are polluting 100% of fresh water.
Yes.
And which ultimately, results into so many disease. We get so many waterborne disease. We are today, talking Punjab as a cancer capital of India. We are talking so many areas where people are dying. And if we do not give this importance to treating the waste sewage water, probably we are creating more and more of bad water in our, I should say, basket of total water which we have in India. So all of us should appreciate the efforts taken by Udayji in enlightening you what type of pains goes in designing and developing a system. And with the efforts taken today in India, with 500 cities covered under Atma, Amrit Swachh, and then Jal Jeevan Mission, about 2 point some crore people getting connected to the water, sewage water, we must see probably a future that you could hope of seeing a clean rivers in the times to come. So this was a message which probably I thought I will tell all my viewers. Also, we learned through Deji was that water is everybody's business. We have to own this resource. See, if we do not own this resource and if we do not morally become connected with water, probably we are not leaving a good legacy to our children and grandchildren. They will not be able to enjoy the benefits probably or the water which we have today, though it is scarce, but probably in the times to come, they may not even get that kind of water. See, you will be surprised if you forecast the future of India by 2070. Probably, I am just making a hypothetical statement that you will not be allowed to grow your hair because you will not have water to wash it.
Yes.
So that is the scarcity which all of us have. So we must get sensitized to this, and whatever we are cleaning the river, and there's a step forward that we can recycle 100% this water. We can reuse this water for industries. We can even use this water technically, what you're seeing in the picture, the outlet water, clean water. This can be technically, you can drink this water.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong in this water. So psychologically, we may not drink the water, but technically, we can drink this water. So message is very clear today. We have the right type of technology in India. We have the right type of resources. There is a direction to ensure that, the proper, our water bodies are protected. And we have to see what type of ownership we can give to this resource to see that the future is protected for our generations are coming, and we remain in a water, I should say, surplus country rather than a water-starved country, which people talk, and we get so many red lines on an India map and all those things. So with this, probably I will give floor to Gulshan ji to sum it up and take it forward. Over to you, Gulshan ji.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anil MANOCHA ji. It was wonderful to have Dr. Uday Raman ji today. And in fact, when he was talking about, particularly Bhopal, where he is at present with his team, and when we convey our gratitudes and thanks to all his team members, I'm just recollecting all my young days now at the age of 72. When you look back, almost 42 years back, 43 years back, right from Sagar to Bhopal, and Bhopal to Indore, Mao, and then Ujjain, and then sometimes coming to Babina. From Babina, I used to drive the tank, and we used to move in that area, Datia, Chanderi, and all that, and we used to come up to Dholpur. So you spent some time in Gwalior also in your education, Dr. Udayji.
Yeah.
I read your, detailed CV.
Yes.
So that's again a great combination, because IITTM has been built by us. That is in 20 acre in Jivaji University, Gwalior during Madhurav Sindhya ji's time. And this soldier was one of the arrangers and event manager and in charge for Madhurav Sindhya ji's daughter's wedding at that point of time in Gwalior when the aircraft had landed over there with all the Baratis.
Okay.
So, well, that's the way. And when you talk about Indore, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, we started the first MBA tourism. That's another something very interesting. Now, what goes to our mind before we close this session? My deep gratitude and thanks to today's guest speaker. And Anil MANOCHA ji had been very kind to accept my request, humble request, that we should continue with this series. I personally feel why water management is not an integral part of education ecosystem. Why do we have to talk about this separately? Whether we are in school, whether we are in college, whether we are in university, whether we are in polytechnic, whether we are in ITI, or whether there is a sector scale councils, I personally feel today the new idea has come to my mind. You know, the human mind is so fertile if you think in that direction. Why not all 37 sector silk councils somewhere think about, irrespective whatever specialization they are giving? Why don't we think about, because the word which Anilji used is, we should become water surplus country instead of water scarcity. If we can think about that. And the best part is that Dr. Udayji can be a wonderful, the video creation director, producer, editor, special effect person also besides water management, because the way he created sounds when the water was falling, when the water was coming, and the diagrams and the displays and the flow part and everything, like a good student, I took all the notes. And ladies and gentlemen, before we close the session today, I wish to share with all of you, not only water management, disaster management, personal finance management, personal hygiene management, personal health and wellness management, organic food and nutrition, yoga, physical exercises, walk, jogging, everything. Why it is not integral part of our education ecosystem? Why are we teaching those theoretical subjects which are not leading anywhere? And that's why my colleague, Dr. Chitra, had initially shown education is not complete without skills, and education and skills are of no use if we are not in a position to create direct employment or entrepreneurship for every child, whosoever is getting into the education ecosystem. And education definitely has got a purpose. जो मैं जिंदगी गुजार रहा हूं, जो मैं जिंदगी जी रहा हूं, अरे भाई उसमें एजुकेशन एप्लीकेबल है कि नहीं? मुझे घर की ट्यूबलाइट की चोक तो चेंज नहीं करनी आती, पर मेरे पास डिप्लोमा है इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियर का. What the hell I will do with that diploma? Tell me. It's of no use. So thereby, all the practical tips which has been given, no more black water. And that's why, you know, right over here, you can see 2 jars, 2 beaks or 2 containers. हालांकि मुझे केमिस्ट्री कभी नहीं समझ आई थी पूरे स्कूल में. मैं उसमें से धुआं निकलता ही देखता रहता था कि किस में से ठुस करके ज्यादा निकलेगा, किस में कम निकलेगा. But over here, you can clearly see कि एक में पूरा ब्लैक कंटेंट है और दूसरे में प्योर व्हाइट कंटेंट है. सो इस सब चीज को लेते हुए we would like to make a humble request to everybody, and why not we should think ahead of. Initially I heard when Dr. Udayji was telling that we would like to get some more speakers also. लाइए, ज्यादा लाइए, एक ही ना लाके 4-4 लोगों का पैनल कीजिए और कम समय के अंदर ज्यादा लोगों को एकोमोडेट कीजिए. मैं चाहता हूं एक ऐसी मुहिम शुरू हो, एक ऐसी कैंपेन शुरू हो कि जो एजुकेशन पढ़ा रहे हैं थ्योरेटिकल, they should be compelled to bring water management as an integral part of education ecosystem.
That's good.
इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ आपका बहुत बहुत आभार. जो लोग सिंगापुर से जुड़े हैं उनको टाइम मैनेजमेंट का बहुत ध्यान रहता है, इसलिए मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूं और भोपाल के माध्यम से सबको नमस्कार करते हुए वापस पहुंचता हूं अपनी नगरी में. धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. एंड गॉड ब्लेस ऑल ऑफ अस. स्टे फिट, स्टे फाइन. 7 बजे आयुर्वेदा का कार्यक्रम आ रहा है, जीएस मोटिवेटर का, और आज डाइट प्लानिंग के ऊपर है. क्या खाना चाहिए, क्या नहीं खाना चाहिए, कैसा भोजन खाना चाहिए, कैसा भोजन नहीं खाना चाहिए, कितनी देर पहले बना हुआ भोजन खाना चाहिए. ये सब चीजें आज डॉक्टर परमेश्वर अरोड़ा जी, एक तो परमेश्वर और एक अरोड़ा और एक डॉक्टर और एक आयुर्वेदिस्ट, वो सारी चीजों का संगम है. 7 बजे हम मिल रहे हैं और 8 बजे हम आपको लेकर चलेंगे अष्ट लक्ष्मी में. That is 8 states which are next to the heart of the Honorable Prime Minister of India. That is called Act East policy and the Northeast part of India. With these words, thank you very much for joining us. Look forward meeting you